All right, Smoke Dragon. First off, I think you're wrong in this because you can never eat too many deviled eggs. But I'm glad you're asking for a friend. It's not you personally. So, how many deviled eggs is too many is a question we've all wondered about for a long time.
Yeah, I feel like I catch some flack for my deviled egg consumption. Like, I feel like it's an appetizer. Like, you eat it before and then with. But, like, the whole platter doesn't normally make it to dinner, because it's there.
Yeah.
But I could never eat as many eggs. Like, I couldn't just say I'm going to fry up some eggs and eat as many eggs fried or like, runny eggs as I would a deviled egg.
Yeah. You'll eat one fried egg. You'll eat 6 deviled eggs.
Well, I'll eat 6 fried eggs and I'll eat like 2 dozen deviled eggs. Like, I normally, like, if I'm making eggs for myself for breakfast, I make half a dozen.
Do you know what the actual name for deviled eggs is?
Deviled eggs?
Deviled eggs.
Poop nasties in a half shell.
Poop.
I don't think that's a
Poop nasties in a half shell. You know why?
Technical term.
Why?
The Dutch oven wars that the warden and I can have after a good night of deviled egg eating.
Her face says it all right now.
Look at her. She knows.
She does.
She knows. You better pack your lunch. You better pack your lunch, bud. We could do a hotel room and do the old bed share skidoo like we did up here at Indy that night. And have us a big batch of deviled eggs before, and I guarantee you.
Thinking makes you want to throw.
Yeah, you guys are screwed.
The
So a deviled egg, right? So we're talking. Let's just get down to the nuts and bolts of this. So we got eggs, the yolk with mustard mayo, and is it sweet pickle relish? Is that the third?
Yeah.
And then some people actually
sugar.
some people throw a little dash of sugar in there.
Are you a paprika on? Or
I'm 100%. Now, my parents, in my world, when I grew up, we were a non-paprika family. But the warden's family, I do believe, dabble in a little paprika. And paprika really is almost like a placebo seasoning. Like
it makes it look nice.
There's really nothing in there, like it's just like if you get a smoked paprika, you can kind of get a little bit off of that. But I think it's more of just like it's for show. I'll say it's almost like a parsley. It's like a show thing. But guys, I'm here to tell you, if you have a dozen eggs, that's 12 eggs.
Yeah.
That'll give you 24 deviled eggs, right?
Still not enough.
So I call 2 halves 1 egg. Like a half a deviled egg is,
Right. So my
mom. That's probably just to cover up how much I'm actually eating.
So my mom has this little tackle box specifically for deviled egg transport.
Got some little dishes in there.
Yeah. So she's got this little tackle box for deviled eggs, and I could eat the whole thing for sure. Yeah. So, now, do you ever get adventurous and take? So, like, if you have a bottle of, let's just say you got a bottle of Frankie's or Tabasco.
Never have, but I would.
Or like just so if if you're just feeling probably not that. I'm talking a vinegar based pepper sauce. So like Tabasco, Frank's, Crystal, Texas Pete, somewhere in that vein, and you just do one little shot on each egg.
I mean, I like hot
sauce
on my eggs.
Telling you. I'm telling you here.
It's funny when you
also
go
like ketchup on my eggs though.
Oh,
scrambled eggs.
Oh yeah, scrambled eggs. But you start doing that with deviled eggs, I'm out.
Gonna be problems.
Nah.
Janelle's. I think it might be her mother or Janelle's aunt. She makes their deviled eggs are a little bit like a creamier yolk, like where ours is more of the relish. Like we'll put the actual relish in it, not just a little relish juice.
Yep.
And that's a big difference, but I like it. I was staying downtown Indy for a conference, and I went into the restaurant, and one of the appetizers was like deviled eggs with like a bacon like combo, and it was delicious.
I'm getting some real big FUIs from the crowd because there is there's a new establishment.
I saw it on the Facebook page.
There's a new establishment on beautiful downtown historic 4th Street in Huntingburg called the Butcher and Barrel that my family may or may not have a little bit of ties to. And we were in there for a dinner, and we were served for the table. There was a multitude of appetizers served to the table. One or two of which were they have a deviled egg style appetizer, and I took one onto my plate, and then I cut this deviled egg in half, and then I gave the other half to my wife.
It's very noble of you.
And I and took the other half, and she swears up and down that I did not share that egg with her, but I know that I did, and she's telling me right now from the crowd that I didn't. But
so if you get some deviled eggs on the plate, do you do like the cut in half and eat?
No, down the hatch. One shot, buddy. There ain't no
don't
chewing.
Even chew that much on a deviled egg.
That's like straight inhale, pal. Now here, before I let this go, deviled egg, pickled jalapeno slice on top of the yolk, and then the slightest, subtlest dusting of panko on top. I don't know where the hell I saw that, but I was probably TikTok, because my TikTok's got a lot of food on it. Shocker. But it was a poop nasty and a half shell with the creamier relished filling with a pickled jalapeno on top and then a slight dusting of panko. And that just absolutely looked like the total package, because you've got the creaminess from the yolk. You've got that smooth texture from the egg white. Then you've got that spice from the pickled jalapeno, and then you've got that crunch from that panko, and it just, oh my God!
You think anybody ever deviled an ostrich egg?
Be ginormous.
I've seen it.
Really?
I've seen it.
Man, that's what I need to try.
I've seen it. Now, have you ever eaten an ostrich egg?
No, but I think it's a lot like a chicken egg, huh?
It's big.
Big son bitch.
They're big, yeah. Now, duck eggs. Now, the warden can't eat duck eggs because that gives her the screaming shits. Because there is a
enzyme
protein. It's actually like a different. So, like, there's something in duck eggs that people can have a slight allergy to. And I watched that young lady run like about a 4.40 uphill.
That's quick.
In a swimsuit. One time we were swimming early spring, and we had a real nice batch of duck eggs for breakfast, because we had eggs. We had ducks that would lay. And boy, she had the afterburners on, buddy, because it was go time.
Quick first step. Huh?
Yeah, and she was hot out of the gate, and she don't wear a bikini much, but every now and then around home, she'll sport one of them units, and that son of a bitch was. Yeah, it was time to go, and I didn't know it until we Googled it. But there are some people that can completely normally ingest chicken eggs and have no problems. But there are protein differences between a duck egg and a chicken egg that some people have allergicness to.
Is there anything make an egg bigger than an ostrich?
A dinosaur.
Well, I ain't got no dinosaurs no more.
No.
I'd say ostrich is probably your biggest.
They're pretty big.
What about like a big old sea turtle? How big are their eggs?
No, they're tiny.
Big.
They're small.
Okay.
They're like maybe bigger than a golf ball, but smaller than a racquetball, maybe, like somewhere in that world.
Now, you reckon that any embryo is good to eat? Like, I mean, people eat caviar. That's fish eggs, right? And then you got your chicken eggs, your duck eggs, your ostrich eggs. I guess I'm just curious if, most anything in an egg would be good.
Holy shit, guys.
Yes. Go ahead, big fella.
An elephant bird. What is an elephant?
Oh, look at that thing's beak. It's got a beak like a Buick, if it's what I'm thinking.
That's a shoebill. You're thinking of a shoebill stork.
No.
Yep.
No.
Elephant bird.
No,
I've never even heard an elephant bird is a flightless bird.
Nope, I've never seen
that. Has an egg that could potentially weigh up to 18 pounds.
Devil that bitch up.
Get the hell out of here. Extinct. Well, Jesus Christ. That's stupid. Now, a shoebill stork, now them fuckers, they do that clap thing. Pretty mean. Ostrich eggs are really big.
I think they're like They're a couple pounds, I feel like. A pound and a half.
Yeah, maybe. So I did a thing on the so we used to have these barter box wars when I worked at the mine because see one fine fella that I used to really, really look up to and a one hell of a model of American, Mr. Pat Meyer, R.I.P. Pater. He was a big barter box guy. And we would listen to the barter box every day of the week. And you better not talk on the CB during the barter box. Like it was very extreme rules. And that was tough for me, if you can believe that. Listening to the barter box, we'd get in these wars. And one of these guys called in and said they had like some size, whatever common size prom dresses for sale, really cheap, barely used. And then they would like give them my number. So then my phone would just absolutely like self-implode with these women looking for prom dresses for their daughters for cheap. So I got to thinking, like, I need to call and tell them that I have ostrich eggs for free. I've got so many ostrich eggs that I don't know what to do with them. And then I would give them that person's number. And they'd be like, all right, you son of a bitches, who said they had the ostrich eggs or whatever like that. And that was one of my rebuttals was I told them that I had ostrich eggs. They are actually the smallest eggs. Ostrich eggs are the largest of all eggs, though they are actually the smallest eggs relative to the size of the adult bird.
I mean, I've seen when we had chickens, there'd be some eggs come out of them chickens.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
not sure how they got back out of the den.
That's right. You ever seen an eggplant? I mean, have you ever seen an eggplant?
Like eggplant parmesan?
No, like an eggplant. Have you ever seen an eggplant?
Are you saying it as one word, or have you ever seen an egg plant? Like I didn't.
No, like Wabash Valley.
Like an eggplant. Like, have you ever seen an eggplant?
It's kind of like the Pam thing.
Yeah.
Okay, not a plant where eggs are.
No, like an eggplant. Like, have you ever seen an eggplant?
Yes,
and I've also seen like
how'd you get your head that far up a chicken's ass?
You're an idiot. You're an idiot.